good afternoon and happy Saturday. I'm Corrine Robinson and you have joined me here today at Crafters Companion on our Crafters TV, and welcome. You are very welcome. So this is my first full day presenting. I'm here all day. I'm here till 9 p.m, but I am not alone. I have got the fantastic Lily with me today all day. We have got 3 fantastic shows, but we're going to start today with Play Your Crafts Right, and I know what game we've got, and they brought this game in for my very first Play Your Crafts Right, so I'm super excited. Are going to be doing mug shots, and if you watch our shows and you see our presenters and our experts, you are going to laugh. It's going to be so much fun. I've not got a clue, I've not seen any of them, but if it's anything like what we did 3 weeks ago, something like that, it's going to be hilarious. So good afternoon, Lily. It is afternoon.
It is just about, yeah.
Just afternoon. Still morning in America,
yeah.
But so if it's 12 o'clock here, it's about 7 a.m. I think on the East Coast, and I'm working out 4 a.m. on Pacific time. So good morning to you, good afternoon to the UK. So what are we going to be looking at first, Lady? This is our card front collection, is that right?
Absolutely. So this is what we're going to be bringing you in this afternoon's craft along. I'm super excited about this one. It's going to be fabulous, but just gorgeous colouring pads that you can get colouring with so easily. But we're going to have a little quick look at some of the cards that you can be creating using these card front colouring pads. So you know I absolutely love my florals, and I know you guys at home are big fans of all the flowers and the foliage, and you've got loads of those included within these fabulous card front colouring pads. So bringing in all your Spectrum Noir colouring mediums, embellishing it with your ribbons, even the sentiments are actually included within these pads, so you can make full cards really easily. But perhaps you want to make slightly more different, unusual concept cards. So we've got almost like a bridge style card using these fabulous birds, colouring in, using your Spectrum Noir markers and creating an ombre effect. It looks absolutely incredible, but so easy and fun to achieve with these colouring pads. But how about you want to create something a little bit more dramatic, perhaps a little bit more masculine? How striking is that? It looks incredible. It has almost a Zen doodly type feel, and we've got images like this in the colouring pads as well, so something for everybody, whether you prefer more masculine dramatic designs, really pretty feminine floral designs. There's something that you can really get your teeth into and get colouring with these colouring pads.
And there's no one saying you must colour it this way or you must colour it that way, and then there's no one saying, well, you must do this with the finished results. And I think when you see our craft along later, Lily's going to show you how it doesn't have to just be for card making. Think home decor, I'm thinking scrapbooking even, but what are you going to get? So you're going to get all 4 of these collections. So that's going to give you 156 sheets in total. So if I show you it first on the black and white, so this is our Butterflies and Botanics. Isn't this absolutely gorgeous? And as Lily said, you're going to get your sentiments as well. So you're going to get 3 sheets of foiled sentiments with each of the kits. So this is your, like I say, this is the Butterflies and Botanics. So you get 6 designs, 36 sheets. So by my reckoning, we're going to get 6 of each. And then it's up to you how you colour them. I mean, these have been coloured really tropical. Maybe you could go more muted if you wanted to. You could go more abstract. It's entirely up to you. Then how you do them, maybe you're going to cut them down and make them triptych when you finish, separate them out. Then they're going to be on your card fronts, and is it going to be a small card? I could even see, if you wanted to, you could footy cut round the edge of this one as well. So they don't have to be kept in that shape if that's not what you want to do. So after the Butterflies and Botanics, we've got our Floral Flight. Now, there we go. There it is in black and white. Look at that. Those are those gorgeous little, are they the lovebirds that was showing you? Anything with the tropical leaves is so on trend. Look at that peacock. Isn't that beautiful? This is when you can really go to town. But they're not going to be complicated areas. They're going to be absolutely so simple to colour. And again, you're going to have your sentiments, and then look at these. Can you see we've done a little bit of shading, but if I look at this parrot, there's not a lot of shading going on there. It's quite relatively simple. So don't think to yourself, oh, I'm not very good at colouring, I can't do this. I keep coming back to it, but I keep thinking these are going to be the next step for your Academy of Colour. So maybe you've had a go with some of the stamps and you want to try something a little bit different, well, maybe you're going to take some of those techniques that Arleanne has taught you and take them into these. So this is your enchanted adventure. Again, you've got your sentiments, and again, they're all different, but and also I think that you're going to be able to take some of these sentiments and use them with the other pads. Don't think that these sentiments are only for these pads. They're going to mix and match around. There we go. And then look at those once they're coloured. Aren't they fantastic? Just think of all those fantastic backgrounds you're going to make that are going to support these and how you're going to do these. I'm looking at that one. I'm thinking if you had an aperture card, you could have that set back, you know, so that you're getting glimpses of it. And the final set you're going to get is Spiritually Wild. Isn't that? So this is where that gorgeous, oh no, it was that one, wasn't it, that we just looked at. Aren't they absolutely amazing? These are quite dramatic. It's a bit centangle, so you know, you can see that. Maybe you want to go in and maybe put some centangle aspects in there, so you've got your basic shape, and you're going to go in with your fine liner, sorry, cough, and add in some more detail. And then you've got it coloured up. Aren't those beautiful? But, you know, you can go whatever colour, sorry, ever colour you want. Right, I need to get a drink. So, Lily.
We're going to
Over
leave,
to you.
Yeah, we're going to leave Corrine to have a little bit of water, and we're actually going to start crafting with these colouring pads. Now, Corrine was saying these are absolutely perfect. We're calling them card front colouring pads, and absolutely they can form the very front of your card, almost like a creator card, and they can fill that full card. But you can use them on home decor, in scrapbooking. There's so much you can do with them, and we're going to show you later in Craft Along how we can actually put together a home decor piece using these fabulous pads. But for now, we're going to start by popping a card together. So I've got from the lovely Spiritually Wild pad, we've chosen this gorgeous zebra, and this is so much fun to colour in. So we're going to start with some of our yellow classiques, and this is GY1, and we do have a pack of classiques on the show if you are looking to add to your stash of your Spectrum Noir pens. And these are perfect for colouring in images like these, because these are such detailed images with such fine, intricate detail within all that line work. You want something that's got a really nice fine tip to your pens. So your classics are perfect because on one end we've got our chisel nib, which is wide and great for filling in large areas, for edging the edges of your cardstock. And then we've also got our bullet nib, which is what we're using at the moment. And you can see it's absolutely super fine. So it's perfect for images like this. When we have got all that fine detail, we know we can achieve all that detail really easily, and we're not going to go outside of the lines. And it's just going to give us that perfect result with ease. So all I've done is I've gone over with my lightest colour, which was GY1, all over this particular area. And now I'm going in with my mid-tone, which is GB3. So often we talk about our 3-pen blend when we're colouring with our alcohol pens. You don't have to use just 3 pens. Sometimes I'll use 2, sometimes I'll use 4, 5. It's completely up to you. But if you are new to your colouring and new to your blending, then it's quite a nice place to start with just your 3 pens. So I'm taking my lightest colour again now, and I'm just blending out that mid-tone. And then finally I'm going to go in with my darkest tone, which is a GB4. And the fantastic thing about these colouring pads is they're really broken down into different elements, which makes them really easy to colour in. So you've not just got one huge open area, which perhaps can be a little bit daunting, particularly if you're new to colouring. If you see a big expanse and you think, right, how exactly am I going to fill that? It can be a little bit overwhelming. But with these, you can see the image is broken down into different elements. So think of your image in sections rather than a full image. Think of it in parts, and it makes it a lot more manageable to colour in. And it's exactly the same if you perhaps don't have a lot of time to colour in. You just want to do a little section of the image and then come back to it at a later date and then carry on. You can absolutely do that with these, and it's perfect. So we've coloured in that first area, and then I'm going to go into another 3-pen blend. I'm going to bring out some of my reds. So I'm starting off again with my palest, which is CR7. I'm going to do exactly the same technique with this second section. So within this image, I've actually sort of broken it down into 2 parts. So I'm going to have half of it, roughly half, in red tones, and then the other half we're going to have in yellow tones. And the reason I've chosen those colours, we'll see when I come to pop the card together, because the pattern papers that I've chosen are those sort of colour tones, so everything's going to work together nicely. And that's quite a nice thing I like to do when I'm choosing my colours for colouring in my images from card front colouring pads like these. I'll choose my pattern papers first, work out my sort of colourway, my theme that I want to go with, and then I'll choose my pen colours to match my papers. So everything will all work together really beautifully and harmonise, and you'll get that really nice finish effect. So I'm working in circular motions just to get a nice smooth even lay down of colour onto there, and I'm just adding a little bit of shading around the edge to give it that sort of beveled effect onto the image. But it's completely up to you. I don't tend to worry too much about light sources and light and shade. I tend to think about if there's something in front, then it'll tend to be a little bit lighter, and whatever's underneath will probably have a shadow casting on it, so it'll be a little bit darker. And just think about the shape of what you are colouring in and how you can actually achieve that sort of shape to make it look, if it's rounded or perhaps it's beveled, so you're going to want to have a little bit of shade at the edges. So I'm going to do exactly the same with the next area. I'm going in with my red, which is my CR7, my palest, and this is, again, I'm using my classiques from the set that we've got on today's show. And it's really nice the way we've put this set together because we've got different packs of different colour families. So you've got like your red tones pack, so you know you're going to have colours within there that you can blend together and going to work together. You've got like your yellow set of pens as well, so you know that you'll have different yellow tones which will all work together nicely. You don't have to worry about matching sets together and will this yellow work with that yellow. You know that everything has been put together so cleverly. The thought has already been done for you. So if you're not really confident with putting together colours and knowing what works really well when it comes to your blending, all that thinking's been taken out, which is absolutely fabulous, and it's just means that you can get on with the really fun bit that we all love doing, which is the colouring. It's not sorting out our pen colours or trying to work out what's going to go together nicely. It's just the fun part, which is the colouring, and you really can get lost in the colouring with these card front colouring pads. They are fabulous.
I think you certainly can with these pens, can't you? I mean, there's 54 pens, comes in 9 colour packs.
Yes.
So you're going to have your so many colour ranges. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Absolutely, no problem at all. It is a fabulous set. So you can see in not really any time at all, we're already starting to build up this image, but just to speed it up a little bit more, I'm going to bring in one that I've already done. So I've just carried on with exactly the same technique. So doing some areas in our red and some areas in our yellowy type tone, and that's going to give us an image so easy like that. And like Corrine was saying earlier, there's not an awful lot of shading on here really. We're just using the 3-pen blend, adding a little bit of shading for that little bit of depth, but nothing particularly complicated, nothing technical. So it's really easy to get colouring with these.
And now, I like how you've not been afraid to leave some areas white.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think that's really important. I mean, we saw that beautiful blue image where the whole thing was coloured. But here you've left bits white, which I think is quite striking in its own, isn't it? It actually makes the colours pop. If you'd coloured the whole thing, you might have gone, wow, there's a lot of colour on there.
Absolutely.
Whereas leaving that white really allows you to appreciate the colour.
Yes, that's a perfect way of putting it actually. It allows those colours to really pop. Sometimes if you've got too much colour on there, you can sort of get lost. You can lose the definition, and I really wanted to show off the gorgeous artwork that we've got in these pads. So really easy to build up that image. You could even be going in perhaps with some of your clear sparkle pens or some of your glossy highlights to add further detail onto there. Something else to note, I was using my classiques, and these have been specifically designed for use with any of your Spectrum Noir alcohol pens. So they're not really for water-based mediums, they are more for your alcohol-based mediums, because you've got the perfect surface to use with your alcohol-based mediums. I'm going to pop this together onto a card. So I've taken a card base, which is 7 inches by 7 inches, just using some of my core white card. And then I've actually snipped away some of the front area. So that bottom section is 3 inches in height. It just gives us a little point of difference. So all we've done is we've gone in with a craft knife and a ruler, and we've just literally chopped away that top section just to give us that little point of difference. Now I'm going to bring in some of my pattern paper. So I was talking earlier about the colour tones that I was choosing, and you can see how well they work with the colours that I've chosen of my classique pens.
Do you tend to pick your papers first and make your pens match, or do you pick your pens and then hunt for paper that matches?
I go for paper first and then pens. Yes.
I think it's by far the easiest,
I think so, yeah. I mean, I've got a lot of papers and I've got a lot of pens, so chances are I'll find something that matches.
Yeah.
These are from our Let's Party paper pads, and I've gone with black mats and layers on both the pattern papers and onto my coloured image, just because we've got that black line work in there and it makes that colour really, really pop and it looks really striking. So black mats and layers for all of these pieces, and then we're just adding them onto our slightly funny shaped card base, but it's just going to give us that little bit of added interest to have that flapping part onto there. Then I'm going to take my topper and I'm going to add some foam actually onto the back of this. So we need to remember that we only need adhesive on the very bottom part. If we put it all over, then we'd stick our card shut and it wouldn't be ideal. I mean, we've all been there and done that, but it just sort of defeats the object of cutting that part of the card away, which is a little bit of a shame. But some people do find it easier to actually put the adhesive on this section rather than that section, because then you know that you're not going to add your adhesive where you don't want it, but it's just whatever works best for you. And then I'm just going to line this up and put it nice and central into the middle of that card base. So it's not just about making small cards with these, you can make your big 8x8 cards as well. So this is quite a big 7x7 card, but it does fill that card. Once we've got our mats and layers on there, it does fill that card and it does still look very striking. Because that artwork is so strong, they don't get lost at all.
I was just thinking that exact same. Having worked with you for a lot of years, Lily, I was thinking that's quite a large card for Lily.
Mind you, I've got into my big cards. My cards used to be small, and honestly, Corrine, they get bigger by the day.
Do they?
Literally.
I always used to think of you as a small and detailed card maker.
Yes.
So to see you doing that, to me, it's like, wow, it's much bigger
She's
than
come
I'm
on.
used to seeing for a Lily card.
Yeah, so I used to be into my 5x7s and 6x6s. These days, a 7x7 is quite small for me.
Wow.
But yeah. I know,
It's amazing how we change our crafting style. We were talking about this yesterday about the mediums. Do you use wet glue? Do you use double-sided tape? That is absolutely gorgeous, Lily. That is so pretty. And it's so mindful, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's so relaxing.
Oh, I mean, last night I was up colouring till nearly midnight, and I got to the point I'd have a little word with myself. I'd say, Lily, you need to go to bed. But I was just having such a lovely time colouring, and you get completely lost. You don't worry about anything else. You're literally just focusing on colouring. And it's fab with these pads, because if perhaps you are going for a weekend away or going around to a friend's house, you only need to bring the pad with you. You don't need stamps and inks and card stock and a stamping platform. Just take your pads and a few pens and you will be away. Such fun to colour, but a little bit something a little bit different. But of course the sentiments are from your pad as well, so you've got everything within there you need to get crafting.
That's beautiful, Lily. Thank you so much. So if you were inspired by that and thought, yep, I think I want to start colouring, maybe you've picked up the card fronts, then this is where it's time to start adding your pens in. As I said, you've got your 9 packs of blends. So should we have a look? So you've got your reds, and then you can see, if I tip them that way, you can see going across all of the colours. So each pen is a single colour, but you've got the chisel tip and the bullet tip in each one, so it's going to allow you to do your different techniques. So these are in your reds. Can you see we've got something sort of quite corally right down to your burgundy in there. And then the yellows, so these are the 2 that Lily's used. So you've got sort of your sunshiny yellows, we've got daffodils there, but we've also got more of our orangey yellows. We're calling that one golden yellow, but you know, you've got your choices. So those are the 2 that Lily's just used. You've also got your classic, what do they call it, just browns, yeah, brown, there we go. So you've got sort of like your leathery browns, right down to your barks, your earths, your hennas, all of those different ones, but they're going to all blend together. And when you get them, you'll see, like in this, we've got TN7, TN8, and TN9, which is your leather, your russet, and your henna. So you know straight away that they're going to work together. So take a note of the numberings on them. So if they've got the same numbers, you know that those are going to blend. We've got our blues, so we've got our pale blues, and then I love this. So you've got, in this bit, you've got sort of what I'd call your sort of classical blues, and then you've got more of your turquoisey blues, but not quite your sort of your tealy turquoisey blues. So they're lovely. Then we've got our purples, and again you've got your 2 colour ranges. You've got your violety ones, and then your real typical purples, so you can see the full range of colour across there. Your pinks, and I'm a proper pink girl when I'm colouring, I love this. We're going from our bubblegum pink through our roses, our reds, right down to our hot pinks. You know, look at that, our cerises over there. So you've got your full range here. Now you've got full turquoises here, so look at these there. Can you see real greeny hints in the blue there, right through to your petrol blues and your peacock blues, because we've got the peacock images, so these are going to be classic for those. Your greens, you couldn't be doing foliage if you didn't have greens in there, so you're going from like your lime greens and citrusy colours right through to your sort of more traditional with your bamboos in there as well. And then finally, and this one's really important, and if you have been looking at the Academy of Colour, and you'll see Leanne saying how much you need to add in your greys, that you can darken a tone if it's not dark enough by adding in your grey, but also this is perfect for doing your highlights. Maybe you like to draw around the edge of your image to add in that sort of drop shadow effect, so your greys are going to be key. So if you do like all these, you don't have to pick. These are normally $9.99 each, but today you're going to get them for $69.99, so you're going to save over 20%. So $69.99 or $106.99. And if you're a platinum member, or this is your first order, then you're going to get that for $55.99. So I'm just trying to work that out. That's just over £6 a pack. Yeah, just over, or $85.59. And remember, I don't know if you know, but we've got an offer on until midnight tomorrow night. So if you spend over, let me get it right, you get over 20, if you spend over £25, you're going to get 100 bonus points on top of what you would normally get. So if you are steadily working your way up through the levels, trying to get yourself to the permanent platinum member, then this is going to give you an extra bonus 100 points to get you there. So what are you going to colour if you do buy your pens? I think we need our colouring pads that you've just seen. As we said, there's a lot of sheets in here, so you get 36 sheets in each pack, 6 designs, 6 of each, and then you're going to see getting all 4. That's going to give you 156 sheets in total. So that's £31.95 or $41.55. So if you're a platinum member, that's going to drop right down to £25.56 or $33.24. And you don't have to choose on these. And again, these are normally $9.99. So by getting all 4 today, you are saving 20% off buying them individually. So that's perfect, and then you're going to have all of those to choose from. And don't forget, if you get all of those, that's going to give you 4 lots of 3, 12 sheets of your sentiment. And in our craft along later this afternoon, which is about 3 p.m. Yes, we're going to see Lily use those. I think you're doing 3 different ones, aren't you? 3 different ones. So you're going to see lots and lots of different colouring ways and do it. Right, so I think it's time to do Play Your Crafts Right. Okay, so we're going to do this. This is our mug shots. Please play along at home. I've got so many good mornings here. We haven't even had time to go through them. I will go through those in a morning, but good morning to everybody. Wow, there's a lot of people watching this morning, and I will say hello properly, but let's have a look at Play Your Crafts Right. Right. I am going to be playing for Facebook this morning. Lily is going to be playing for YouTube. So whoever gets the most points after 2 rounds of 5, then we are going to pick 5 people from our way. So for Facebook for me, YouTube for Lily, and each one of you is going to get a voucher. So that is going to be brilliant. £10 or $10 about for vouchers. So this is mug shots. I think this has only been played once before, and it was so funny. The pictures literally went viral, absolutely viral. Charlotte is so clever how she can blend the two together. So what you're going to see is you're going to see a face, but that is not a real face. It is a face. Charlotte, is it only 2 people? You haven't merged 3? No, right, okay. That would be a challenge, wouldn't it? So it's 2 people, and I'm sure you'll recognise them when we pull them apart. It's 2 people, maybe your experts or your presenters, or maybe one of the behind the scenes staff that come on to the show. We're not going to bring, we're not going to bring Mary from off the customer services who you've never seen. I'm talking about the staff that you will see on screen. So we're going to have a look at that. So we're going to go first round, first 5 ones. Don't look so worried, Lily. It's fun.
I'm shocking at these games, as we all know.
Can I give you a tip? Separate them out. Use your hands when you're looking at the screen and look at one bit only and work out each one individually. I shouldn't be giving her tips, but
don't worry, it'll make no difference, Corrine. I won't worry too much.
Right, okay. Come on then. Who's the first one? Well, one bit of that's easy.
Well, yeah, it's the other bit, isn't it?
Ooh. Yes, Lily, I can see you on the overhead, so move your board, love.
Don't worry, nothing's been written yet.
Oh. I have a feeling. Do any of you have any ideas? Oh. Do we get half points?
Ooh.
No, it's 1 point or bust, isn't it?
Oh dear, I've got no hope.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, get close to the... You got a pen, Lily?
Just getting my
Right.
tissue.
Okay, have you written down?
I have. I don't think it's right.
Ready, steady.
Go. Oh.
You see, that's where I was to begin with. I was there for ages. And if that's the right answer, I've got Becky and George.
I've got Becky and Joe.
Now, I
think
had
you
Joe
might be
for
right.
ages, but then I thought, no, it's not.
I think you might be right. Oh
Come on,
my
then.
goodness. Well, we were miles off.
Well, we were both... Whoops.
I hope Debbie's not watching.
Whoops. She will.
Oh,
Sorry,
dear.
Debbie. Right.
Ooh,
Oh,
that
wow.
was it. Well, we were miles off, Corrine.
We were
Oh, well.
wrong.
Ooh, what we're going to get now? Let's have
Come
a
on,
little
then.
look.
Next one, then, please.
Okay.
Oh, I can
That looks like an
I got
actual
that one. I
person.
got that one. Do you think so? No. Can you see that one, Lily?
I think I can, but I'm probably barking up completely the wrong tree. I know half. I'm convinced I know half. I think it's
Right.
easy to get one of them.
Yeah. Okay, you
Yeah,
ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
George and Craig. Or
Top
Craig
half
and
was
George.
George, bottom half was Craig.
Yay!
Yes.
That one was
Excellent.
definitely a lot easier.
Did anybody else? Oh, you see? Yep.
I was thinking
Oh, yeah.
Joe,
we've
actually.
we've got a Craig and Joe, but we actually had a Craig and George. So, yep.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I was definite on it was George, and it was just.
That
who
was the
second.
hair, wasn't it? In the
It was.
forehead. Yes,
It
you
was
could
the
see
top,
that.
because I knew he'd worn that top before, so I knew it had to be him.
That's cheated. Right, okay, number 3. 1 all, 1 all. Let's see
Ooh,
where
what
we're
have we
going
got?
from this.
Oh, good grief!
Oh. Well, half of that's easy.
Oh.
Ooh. Right. Oh.
Johnny and Ari is saying it could be anybody, and quite frankly, it could be. I mean, one of them's easy, but it's the other half, isn't it? Ooh.
Anybody out
Right.
there? Right. Are you ready? Have you got both
I've
parts?
got an answer, but I don't think it's right.
Okay.
Go on
what
then.
have you got?
I've gone for Becky and Sarah.
I went Becky and Leanne.
I was half wondering about Leanne, actually. I was between Leanne and Sarah.
Come on. We're
Can be a
so
male,
far
isn't
off,
it?
I'm sure we are. Oh,
Oh.
come on. Ready?
Oh my gosh, it's me! That's quite worrying that I can't recognise myself.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, that's funny.
Oh, now I'm really worried. Is it going to be me and I'm not going to get it?
You know it's worrying when you don't even recognise yourself, isn't it?
Oh, Lily, that's so funny. I can't believe you didn't get your own.
Oh dear. Well,
I knew the mouth was somebody. I knew the top half was Becky,
yeah.
but
I thought, I was convinced that was Sarah's mouth, and it was my own.
What have we done? We've done 3? 1 all.
Yeah, we're doing well, aren't we? Oh my goodness. Let's have a look. Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. Blimey me.
Wow.
Oh, I
Oh.
might have it. Well, I've got half, that's for sure.
I might be wrong, but
I might be completely wrong, but we shall see.
I I think, just looks a bit pale. Looks a little bit pale. Oh,
Right,
I
are we
don't
ready?
I don't know.
I don't want to offend anybody,
Has
but-
anybody got this?
Oh, same as me, Debbie and Ben.
Debbie and Ben. Yeah, we've all put IE.
W-I-E, yeah.
Come on then.
Yes!
Yeah, 2-2. And people are getting that. Yes. Wow. Okay. We're getting the obvious ones.
It's funny, yeah, we get the same ones right and the same ones wrong. So.
Okay.
Let's see
Final
who
one
we've
of this
got.
round. Come on. Come on.
Who have we got?
Oh,
Oh my, oh good grief. Good blimey,
Whose is the
that's
tash?
terrifying. I'm trying to think who's got a tash.
Who's got?
It must be a photo from Movember or something, is it?
Who's got a moustache like that? Who?
Blimey.
Somebody with a thin face. Oh, the only one I can.
We're hearing in our ears, a lot of people have got it, but certainly not.
It's only one I can think.
It's going to be somebody who's very obvious, but
Are we ready?
I know it's
Okay.
wrong.
What have you got? Have we got the same?
No, Leanne and Joe.
No. Okay, so this could. We're either both wrong.
I think we probably are both
Oh,
wrong.
I keep spelling Leanne wrong. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it
Great,
is.
yeah.
Gosh.
It's 'cause she's only put part of his facial hair in. It's thrown you completely.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I can
Sorry,
see a
Joe.
new career coming for our Charlotte here. So is that 5? So
Yes.
2-1.
Oh
right.
dear.
Between us, we've not done very well.
We've
have we?
not, have
3-2.
we?
3-2.
3-2.
3-2.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
We'll do another round. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So while we're going, so I'm so sorry we haven't had time to say hello to everybody. So we've got so many hellos. So Thea, Laura, Miss USA Lady, all good morning. Lynn Harvey, good morning. Susan, Christine, Mahoney, Rhiannon. Oh, she's saying good evening from Australia.
Wow,
Oh, wow,
good
that's a
evening.
long way. Yes. Julie is, hello, Corrine Lilly and all crafty friends. So is
Hello.
Marsha. Kathy Myers says it's 5 in central US. That's
Oh.
early. That is early. Welcome joining us, but that is early. Susan Rushton, good morning, everybody. Oh, she says she's in CA, is that California?
Yes,
And it's
yeah.
4 a.m. here. I won't say I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, but I'm here. Well, thank you for being there. We do appreciate it. Barbara from Indiana, Thea from, she's Hoi Hoi? I don't know where she's from. Didn't say. Oh, Marsha's received her magazine today. Well, I hope you enjoyed
Exciting.
that. Sandra, just chilling and watching. Well, we hope you are enjoying watching. Joanne, good day all. Hayley, good morning.
Shadiah?
Shadiah, yeah, I'm trying to get that. Good morning, binge watching a show and lost track of time. Here I am now. What am I like? Well, as long as you're here, that's the main thing. Shelley, hello to my crafty friends.
Hello.
Lean from Denmark. Hayley, oh, love these. It's nice to sit and relax and colour them up to make cards later. I think that might be a first hearing you from Denmark. That's lovely. Cheryl, good morning, my crafty friends. Alicia, good morning, and greetings from Arkansas. Today I'm celebrating my 55th birthday. Well, happy birthday.
Ooh.
I'm so glad you could share that with us. Doing what I love, and that is crafting. It says Alicia Gordon's birthday, so happy birthday,
Happy
Alicia.
birthday.
So Anne says that's striking, Lily, and Wendy says lovely card. So does Julie. What card are you using with those pens, says Wendy. So if you notice, that was our card front, Wendy. So these are our beautiful, beautiful card front collections, and Lily was colouring those. So Sandra says cute top. Thank you, Sandra. Deborah is hello from a chilly, sunny Lancashire. Totally agree. It was quite chilly, but the sun was shining gorgeous when we set off this morning. Shelley, beautiful card. Oh, thank you, Anne, saying my hair looks lovely. It's a bit fly away today, so it got tied up. Sandra says, go Lily, get crafty. Oh, afternoon all, excited for today's play or craft right. Well, I hope you got a few right there. So does, oh, Joanne says, go Facebook team. Yeah, so many say, oh, loads of people then just guessing names. Oh, Lean says, all correct this time. This game is so funny. You should be here then if you've got those all right. Well, I am mightily impressed. So the next thing we're going to look at is our oops, dropping them. Right, let me pick them up. Oh, there we go. This is how big it is. I dropped it. So this is our 3D frame embossing folder. So you're going to get 12 sets of embossing folders. And by buying them as a bundle, you're going to save 25%. So these were in order, but they're not now. So forgive me now. So we've got our entangled roses. Now, what I love about 3D embossing folders is when I run my fingers across here, I can feel that you've got different heights to the emboss. So this is absolutely gorgeous. So you get sort of like a lower level emboss, a middle, and then a high. So that's what makes it 3D. It's not about all having a uniform height to your emboss. Look at this one, Luscious Lilies. Isn't that gorgeous and tropical? Now, you don't have to colour these in. We colour these in so that you can really see the detail. Then you've got sort of more of your DL style. But are you going to put it that way, or are you going to put it that way and then have a sentiment across the middle? You know, different ways. Or could this be like the panel on a card in the similar sort of style that Lily just did? So that could be your front opening piece. Oh, different looks. Swirling lace. I love this. You've got the paisley in there. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? And then look at this one, classic lace. And again, what are you going to put in the middle there? Is it landscape? Is it portrait? It's entirely up to you. My board says it's portrait, but I think it would look really nice with a stamped sentiment in there, portrait style, landscape style. Then we've got lovely lace, which is a little bit different. Maybe you want to turn that one sort of diagonally and have, you know, that sort of style. We've got another one of our DLs, which is our embellished lace. And again, we're giving you a lovely space in the middle for you to put something. Oh, wow, look at this one. Intricate filigree. Yeah, intricate. I think that says intricate, it's in gold pen. And again, I love this. So you've got the really deep emboss, the lower level, and it all mixes and matches. But can you notice we've got different sizes, 5x7s, 4x6s, 5.5 by 5.5s. We've got 3.25 by 8.25. So they're all different. So whatever you're crafting, you will find an embossing folder that's going to work. Elegant swirls, look at this, nearly there. Fancy floral wreath. Oh, I do like that one. That is really my style. I like that. And I like the size of that one. It's a nice workable one, isn't it? Then we've got exquisite blooms. And again, look at the different heights. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at that. Elegant frame trio. Wow, I like that. That is so nice. So you've got room to put something in each of those. Maybe a sentiment or maybe a little bit of something stamped in each one of those. That's beautiful. So you're going to get all 12. You haven't got to pick all 12 of those today for £53.49 or $70.79. But if you're platinum member, $42.79 or $56.76. That is amazing value for money. So are you going to be using those next then, Lily?
Absolutely,
for me? I think you should. So over to you then, please.
Should we have a little bit of a play with these embossing folders? These are fabulous, and with them being 3D embossing folders, like Corrine was saying, you get so many levels of depth to those embossed designs. So I'm going to be working with the lovely lace to start with, and this is a 5.5 by 5.5 inch folder. So fabulous if you like making your square cards, but of course it could still go in a rectangular card, absolutely no problem at all. So lots and lots of options with these folders. We're actually going to be looking into chopping into some of our embossed designs to create something a little bit different. But what we're starting with is a piece of our matte black card, and I've cut this down to just under 5.5 by 5.5 inches square. And then if I take our embossing folder, I just love 3D embossing folders. They give you almost like a sculpted or carved effect to your embossed designs. And we always get a 2-for-1 within our folders, so we get both our embossed and our debossed designs, and both of them, as we see when we emboss this, both of them look equally fabulous. So I'm taking my piece of cardstock, I'm just popping that into our folder. I'm going to be using our Gemini. These will fit through our Gemini Junior as well because of the size, but I'm using our full-size Gemini. And for our 3D embossing folders, taking our clear cutting plate, our magnetic shim, we're going to pop our embossing folder with our cardstock inside next, and then on top we've got our frosted plastic shim. And all we're going to do is we're just going to offer that up to our machine, and we're going to run that through, and it's going to give us a beautifully crisp embossed design onto our black card.
That could have gone through your Junior?
Definitely.
That fit through your Junior?
Yep.
And Junior and upwards, basically?
Junior and upwards, yeah, absolutely. But of course you could be using your Junior plates in your big machine just to save you a bit of time. That's something we do quite often. But if we take this out, we can see how absolutely beautifully that is embossed. So that's our emboss side. And then we've also got our deboss side, but perhaps you can't see that particularly well. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in some of our Midas metallic inks. Now these are actually back in stock, and I have to say I've been collecting the colours of these, and I have been waiting and waiting for these to come back into stock so I could complete my collection. So we've got most of the colours now back in stock, and we've actually got them on today's show. And I'm going with the pink lace, and these are metallic inks. Now I have to say, some metallic inks you can find on the market they're not particularly metallic, let's be perfectly honest. And the first time I used these, I was absolutely blown away by the coverage and the intensity of colour that you get with these, even onto dark cardstock. So I'm taking one of my Spectrum Noir square blending tools, and all I'm doing, like I would with any normal ink, whether it was a water reactive, whether it was one of our pigment, or it's exactly the same with our Midas metallic inks. I'm picking up some of that ink onto my blending tool, and I'm literally just going around in circular motions and bringing out that embossed design. So you can see on that top right we've got no ink, bottom left we've got ink. How incredible does that look?
It's like you've got a magic dauber.
Literally it is, isn't it?
It's like, here's a piece of black card, and when I run my dauber over, look what pops out.
It's incredible.
It really does, because you can't see on the screen the emboss because it's on black, but as soon as you add that ink, obviously it pops, but it just looks like you've got a magic dauber that's just ringing out.
This is my magic dauber. But I promise you, it is just black card. There's no tomfoolery here. It is black card with just one ink pad, but you can be mixing and matching your ink pad. You could be picking out some of the colours, so maybe you want to use one of your red garnet maybe for the flowers, then you want to use one of your greens for the leaves. Absolutely, you can still blend these together. Just because they're metallic, don't think that you can't do all your fabulous blending techniques with these. They are incredible, but that coverage onto black card, it looks amazing.
It does, doesn't it? And because they're pigment inks, they're slow drying, aren't they?
Absolutely.
So we can heat emboss with these.
Certainly
as well.
we can, yeah, and you can get amazing effects. So maybe stamp with these and add some of your clear embossing powders over the top. It's going to look absolutely incredible, but they are amazing ink pads. So juicy, but that coverage on dark card, it really did blow me away the first time I used it.
Because it's a coppery colour. Which colour have you used in there?
I've used pink lace.
Oh, pink lace, because it's quite dusky. You'd think that's not going to show up on black.
Absolutely.
But it's that pigment coming out, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really looks beautiful.
Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking a piece of silver card. This is from our luxury mixed cardstock pads, sparkling silver 12 by 12. And just adding a slight little border on there is going to bring that silver out even more, and it's going to really frame this design. But how easy is it to create this? And it looks, I always think it looks a bit like engraved metal, how you've got that black card and then you've got that little bit of inking over the top. It just looks amazing, but that slight little border just brings that out even more.
That's clever, because although you're using the pink ink, it looks really quite silver on the black.
It does, doesn't it?
So and especially once you put the silver card behind it.
Yeah, so if I was to take a little bit of white card actually, you get such different effects given the colour you're using it onto. Look how pinky that looks onto there. Totally different. So lots and lots of different effects you can get with these ink pads, but fabulous with your embossing folders. But all I've done is I've taken this exact same embossing folder, I've run it through my die cutting machine, but I've literally then just chopped it diagonally in half. So you can see that piece has just come away from there. And I'm looking at this now and I'm thinking you could actually decoupage that over the top. That would look quite fabulous.
It would,
if you got a bit of foam behind that, that would look great. But that was not actually.
Or you could even make it like a pocket.
Yes, that'd be lovely. If you just stick along those two edges, that could be a pocket. You could have a tag coming out. So many ideas with these. Once you get playing with them, it's just so much fun.
We were saying this morning, wasn't it? We're preparing our own demos for this is when you prepare for a show, you think, oh, I know what I'm going to do. But then sometimes by the time you finish your demonstration, it looks nothing like what you started off for.
Absolutely.
And that's what I love, that you could give 10 people the same product, and you'd get 10 completely different projects at the end.
Absolutely, and that's the fun of crafting, really. It's, you start with an idea, but it's how it evolves, how it takes shapes, and how you see that finished result. It's just so much fun to create. But all we've done is we've taken a 6x6 inch white card blank, and then on that front piece, I've literally just chopped down the middle, on that diagonal. I'm obviously really into cutting down my card blanks today, aren't I? I must have been in a bit of a phase when I prepped these.
But 6x6 is perfect for a 5.5 inch embossing folder, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. So this is quite a small card for me these days, Corrine. This is, out of the new comfort zone. So we're adding that piece onto the back, and then we've got our front section, and we've got this piece that's going to fit perfectly onto there. And just using different card shapes like this, it's something just that little bit different. It's going to give your cards a little bit of added interest, but all it is just a normal card base with one cut made into there. Really easy to do. Then obviously I'll save that extra piece for another project. You know what we like, us crafters, we don't throw anything away. To finish this off, I've taken a sentiment, and what I've done with this is I've actually used the platinum ink that you're getting within that collection. I've literally just stamped with it, so you can see you get a fantastic stamped impression even onto black card with a metallic ink pad. It's absolutely incredible. That level of pigment within these ink pads is just amazing. To be able to get that sort of coverage on really quite a detailed and fine sentiment like that is quite incredible, really. I'm just deciding where I want to place it, and I think I want these swirls to sort of be framing our sentiment, so I'm going to move it down a little bit more than perhaps I originally planned.
You can even put it coming half off the front as well, couldn't you?
Absolutely. I mean, you could have it on there. Oh, Corrine, I do quite like that. Oh,
sorry,
decisions. I know. Right, let's go with the original. But you could be adding two sentiments onto there actually, and having one there and one there.
It?
I have to say, I do like a double sentiment, like I did on the first card. But we've only got one in this instance, so we're going to add that onto there with a few foam pads. But what a simple design, but it looks so elegant.
And
using
that
your
could
black
be for
card.
male or female, couldn't it?
Absolutely, and that's the beauty of these embossing folders, using your ink pads, using your black card for any sort of occasion, any sort of recipient. So easy and quick to put together, but really fun. Just have a play with your embossing folders and your inks. I just love it.
Yeah, that's lovely. That is so pretty. Thank you, Lily. So if you want to do that, obviously you need your embossing folders, and we'll have a look at those. They're still on the screen at the moment, but you also need the Midas inks. So these are your metallic pigment ink, and as we were saying, you can stamp, you can blend, you can heat emboss with these as well. So let's turn it around that way and we can have a look. What colours are we going to get? You're going to get all 11 of these, and they are £42.99, and that's $68.99. So you are going to save over 20% if you get these. So what we've got are pink lace, which is so pretty. Now remember, as we were saying, so show that way. There we go. If you look at these, they're going to look different depending on what cardstock you put them on. So put them onto black, they're going to look one way. Onto white, they're going to look another. Maybe you've got something in between. So that's your pink lace. Oops. Then we've got our amethyst, which I like that. That's really classy. They're really quite sophisticated colours, aren't they? Yeah.
Something for every occasion, really. You've got so many different colours in there.
So that's the platinum that you just used.
It
didn't look at all green on the black,
No,
did
it didn't. It didn't at all. It looked quite silvery.
Yeah, it brings out the different tones, doesn't it?
It does.
We've got our blush.
Lovely colour.
They are gorgeous. Our rose gold.
Super on trend colour. Mind you, we say it's on trend, but it's almost like a perpetual trend.
It is, isn't it?
It's just always on trend. So
then you've got your gold, and I mean
Must
that's
have.
good. You can't have a Midas collection if you didn't have gold
Absolutely.
in there, could you? You've also got your bronze, which is such a deep, lovely colour. So you're going almost got that hint of the more of an orange gold than a yellow gold, isn't it? You've got your rose satin. So is that the one you just used? I think. Did you say?
Which one did I use? Pink lace.
Oh, pink lace.
So rose satin, slightly darker, slightly more of an intense pink.
Oh yeah, pink lace. We've already looked at that one.
Pink lace is a little bit more subtle.
Then we've got our jade green. I love this. So you could maybe mix the jade green with, if you wanted to complement it with the platinum. You can see, you can pair these up really beautifully. Jade green. Then we've got our red garnet, which is such a lovely deep colour, and also our blue organza. That's really nice. It's almost got a, depends when you look at it, that looks like it's got a hint of purple on, but actually I would say it's more of a sea bluey type. Yeah, depends on where you're looking at it. Absolutely gorgeous. So you're going to get all 11 of those for £42.99. And again, they're going to give you your free 100 bonus points if you buy those today. You haven't got to pick. They're all back in stock, so quick, because I don't think they'll last very long because they are so, so popular. But just think about all your heat embossing as well. Right. Are we ready for round 2? This is going so fast. I can't believe it's... Wow, we're over halfway. It's 10 to 1 already. How did that happen? So let's do round 2 of mugshots. Right. I don't want to brag that I'm winning 3-2 because this could all change. So I'm going to be very gracious. Shall we have a look at the first one?
Oh gosh, yes, let's do it.
Come on then, let's do this. Lily looks so apprehensive. Ooh. Ooh.
Mm. Mm.
Ooh. Well, half of that's easy.
Well, yeah. That's always the case. You're like, right, I know it. Well, I know half.
Can I see it one more time, please?
Ooh.
Oh, I could get this so wrong.
I know. I'm quite worried about offending somebody.
Oh, I think I've gone. Ooh.
The more I look
am
at
so
it, the more I think I'm
now.
wrong.
I am so confused.
Oh, apparently quite a few people at
They
home have
are.
got it.
People are getting this. Are anybody getting it wrong?
Me. I think I've got it wrong, but we shall see.
I'm not sure. Oh, I'm really not sure. No, I know. It's, the eyes are confusing me.
Mm. I've got an answer, but I don't think it is.
No, I don't think it's right.
The more I look at it, the more I'm doubting myself. So go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the eyes might have been crazy.
Oh, blimey. Becky I've gone for.
Ooh.
Oh dear, this could
Totally
end very,
different.
very wrong.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it right. Well done.
Shall I tell you what it was that did it? It was the eyebrows. I thought those are Becky's
me.
eyebrows.
Right. Okay.
What have we got? Oh.
Oh.
Good grief.
Ooh.
Debbie's are always quite terrifying, aren't they? When she's mixed with somebody. Ooh.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh. Oh, I don't know. Oh. I think.
Well, I know one half. Well, I hope I do, otherwise I'm not doing too well. Okay.
Listen.
We've got answers. Yep. Let's be honest. Yep. Oh, I've gone for Debbie and Joe.
Yeah. It's me!
Oh, Corrine!
We both missed our own. I'd written that down and then I saw a comment and I was like, oh.
We don't recognise ourselves.
Okay.
Oh dear, I was convinced those were Joe's glasses, I tell you.
Didn't get that at all.
Well, at least it wasn't just me. We're as bad as each other, aren't we?
Right, go for it then.
Oh,
okay.
blimey.
So that was 6 and 7, so we're on number 8. Oh dear. Oh. Now.
Is that not just Craig? Oh.
Ooh. Ooh. That's not Craig's teeth. That's not Craig's teeth.
Probably my teeth, and I'm not recognising them again, isn't it?
Now you said that. You just said that to confuse me, didn't you?
I've confused myself.
Are you changing your mind?
I am, but I'm going to stay strong. I'm going to stay firm.
I'm going to take this one. Go on then. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go Craig and Lily.
I'm going for Joe and Craig. I think those are Joe's teeth. Watch, they'll be my teeth now, won't they? Yeah.
Oh, well done, Lily. You snuck into the lead.
Oh. And it's all down to Joe's teeth.
2 left.
Good
Can we make
grief.
this come on.
This is going to be a tough one. I can feel it.
Pandacraft says, did you not recognise yourself? No, I didn't. Oh.
Good grief. Look at that.
Oh. I think.
I think I haven't got a clue. I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue. I feel like I know it, but I can't.
I don't know why I
quite
think
bring
that.
it up.
But I think that. You know when you can't say why?
Ooh.
I hope some of these pictures don't accidentally get used.
Can you imagine?
in promotions. Meet our new crew.
Oh, we've got a new craft expert.
Have you got one?
I'm just going to have to go with this, even though I know it's not right. Yeah.
Ready?
Sarah and Leanne.
Sarah and Leanne or Sarah and Becky? Oh, Lily!
Do you know, I did not think that
done.
was right at all.
Well, you've won. I can't beat you now. You've won this.
Wow!
Wow. Go on then. We've got to see the last one. We've got to see the last
this
one.
This is going to be brilliant. I can just feel
well
it.
done, Lily. I couldn't see that.
I couldn't, to be fair. I just guessed. Oh, blimey.
I would say.
Ooh. Oh.
You know when you don't know why you think something?
Yeah. Every time for me it's the teeth.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
But Charlotte merges them differently.
Yes.
She doesn't just.
Oh, there's a lot of
Okay, you ready?
tomfoolery. Yeah. Michelle and Debbie,
Debbie,
yeah.
Michelle and Debbie, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew those were Debbie's teeth. Knew it.
Oh, Lily, you won.
Oh, it's my first time ever winning. Yay! Go Team YouTube.
So YouTube have won that. So how do we pick the winners? The social team will pick the 5 winners. Yes. Is it Grace? I did see at the beginning, I'm sorry. Yes, it is Grace. Hi, Grace. So thank you, Grace. If you could pick us the 5 winners, then they will each receive £10 or $10 voucher. So I hope I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. So quick break while you have a look at this. So we keep talking about Club Inspire. What is Club Inspire? Watch this. It's going to tell you all about it, and you can join too. Don't have to do anything. It's just automatic, and just enjoy the benefits.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook. where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours. I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome back. So we've got half an hour left, or about that. So we've got a few more things to look at, but just to let you know, the winners of that game, and Get Crafty says that that game needs to be regular on socials, and I couldn't agree more. So the winners of the gift vouchers are CJ's Paper Crafts, then we've got Elizabeth, we've got Alice, Anne and Diane as well. So you will all be getting a voucher. So you need to email through to us at prizes@crafterscompanion.com, and then we will reach back out and send you your voucher. So for the next bit, and for Lily's third demonstration or project we're going to do, is going to focus on our duo embossing folders. Now I've got these, they are absolutely fantastic. So each one comes in the same format. You've got a square embossing folder up the top. So this is what I'd call a regular embossing folder. So this is your dots. And then the bit at the bottom is a cut and emboss. So can you see it's going to emboss just here, and then it's going to do some cutting as well. Now each one is different. So you're going to have your cable knit. So you've got your 5x5 and then your strip. This one is your delightful dots. So you've got this. Now just remember that you could be putting the border from your cable knits with your delightful dots if you wanted. There's no saying that you've got to use these together. You don't have to use them on one piece of card. They can be on separate pieces as well. You've got your delicate snowflake. I think this is so pretty. Look at this, all these pieces coming down here, and then the gorgeous snowflakes at the bottom, and then you have got your elegant decorations as well, so you can see that theme running all the way through. Now you're going to get all 4 of these, and let me just say, normally these are $9.99 each, but today you're going to get all 4 packs, that's your 8 embossing folders effectively, for $14.99. So that's like 1.5 in my book. $19.99. So you're going to pay £14, $19.99 for all 4, saving you £60. So if you're platinum price, then it is $11.99 or $15.99. Right, sorry. We've got a few names. Mine bad. I should read out the full names of the winners. So it's CJ Papercrafts, Elizabeth Mills, and I'm so sorry if you got excited then, it was wrong, Elizabeth. Alice, now I've got to get this right. Gorig, I think it's Alice Gorig, Anne Lee, and Diane Pullin. And I'm so sorry if I gave people false hopes. So yeah, there's lots. There'll be lots of there. So yeah, those are the 5 winners. So please email in to the prizes at Crafters Companion website that we just gave. So Lily, are you ready? Absolutely. That'd be brilliant. Let's see what you can do with that one then.
Yep, so we're just going to have a quick little look at some of the fabulous samples that we have got with these amazing duo embossing folders. So they really are going to take your crafting throughout the whole year. So here we've used the cable knit embossing folder, but can you see in the middle we've actually used 2 of the cut emboss folders, and we've actually joined 2 together to give us that really interesting effect, to have that border strip in the middle. And then we've used the background normal embossing folder in that backing piece, mixing and matching with some of our Builder Bouquet stamps to create a fantastic autumn card. So absolutely stunning there. But how about you're starting to think about some of your Christmas makes? So we're using the embossing folders, perhaps how they're more designed to be used, using both the bottom section with our cut element and our top section as well to make a really nice large card, and using a few of our inks and adding a few little jingle bells onto there for a touch of fun onto this fabulous Christmas card. Or how about doing some of your different sort of shape cards? So your bottom section of your embossing folder, that one that's got that cutting element, is going to be perfect as stoppers for all your easel cards. So here we've created a reverse easel card, perfect for Christmas, but so fun and easy to create with these fabulous embossing folder duos. I just love them. They're just
nice
absolutely amazing.
That you don't have to have the 2 elements on one piece of card.
Yes.
You can completely separate them out if you want to, can't you? So
Absolutely.
like your stopper and your main bit, or top and bottom, it's entirely up to you.
Absolutely, and that's what we're going to be doing here. We're actually going to create a box, so they're not just about your cards at all. You can be using them in your home decor, in your gift wrapping. There's lots you can be doing with these. And I'm going to go with the cable knit embossing folder to start with. So I'm taking our square piece, and this is just a regular embossing folder, so it's going to give us that lovely depth of design onto there. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know, you could be snipping into that and layering perhaps different elements up. Of course, you don't have to use that full embossed piece. You could be using small sections of this folder. It's completely up to you, given what sort of effect you want to create. I'm going to be using a little bit of craft card. I just love craft card. I think it is fabulous. It gives you such a lovely rustic effect. And we're going to be embossing this using our folder. So I've cut this down to about 5 by 5 inches. Your folder is just over 5 inches square. So we've got a piece of cardstock which is 5 by 5. We're going to line that up in the middle of that folder. And because this is double-sided cardstock, I don't need to worry about which side is the emboss, which side is the deboss. Because it is double-sided cardstock, I can just use whichever side I like. Now our embossing sandwich for our regular embossing folders. So we start off with a normal clear cutting plate. Then we pop our embossing folder with our cardstock inside into the middle, and then our clear cutting plate on top. And again, I'm using my full-size Gemini, but you can get these through your Gemini Junior as well. So if you only have your Junior, maybe you've got one of the fabulous rose gold ones we have on a fabulous offer the other day, and these are going to fit through just fine. So if we take our folder and we open it up, you can see we get our fabulous embossed design onto there.
You can really see that pop, can't you?
Looks amazing, but should we make it pop even more? So
you could use that with the cable going up and down or across, couldn't you?
Absolutely. So you can use your emboss, your deboss, you can use it whatever way you like, even on the diagonal it would look fabulous. So really easy to craft with because there's not really a right and a wrong way to it, which just makes it really easy. So I'm taking some of my Pebeo gilding wax. This is the antique gold. If you're tuning in at 7 o'clock for our craft house tonight, we have got an amazing bundle of gilding waxes. But I like that. I like craft card with gilding wax. It's not what I would initially think of as a pairing. Yes, it works so well. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a bit of a funny one because craft card is obviously really quite rustic, whereas your gilding wax is quite, you know, elegant and quite sophisticated. Yeah. But they work together so nicely. It's something I'm quite into at the moment.
And I love how with gilding waxes, we're not out there saying, oh, you need a fancy tool.
Absolutely
Your finger
not.
is the best tool for
It
gilding
is.
wax.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it
I mean,
works so well, doesn't it?
I've tried with sponges and applicators and all sorts, and they're great for your inks, definitely. But when it comes to your gilding waxes, just a good old finger is exactly what you want. And you can see you use so little. So I'll take a little bit out of our pot, and you get so much in these pots. Honestly, they will last you for ages. As long as you put that lid on properly, they'll last you for a very long time. So get a bit out onto either your blending mat or your, I'm using my glass mat just because it's nice and easy.
Yeah, if you haven't got a glass mat, you could just put it on like a piece of acetate or something.
Absolutely, yeah, just something that's non-porous, so not a piece of cardstock, but acetate, if you've got any mylar, or even, you know, when you buy your foam pads, once you've got this sheet at the back, I always save those because they're non-stick. You can use them onto there. You can use it almost like a palette if you want. That works fabulously as well. It's just never throwing anything away, isn't it? There's always a use, even for bits of rubbish.
Everything, isn't there?
Absolutely. Yeah, but how fabulous does this look? Building up our gilding wax onto there, using so little at a time. And always don't go straight from your jar onto your cardstock. Go from your jar onto your mat, whatever sort of mat it might be, and then onto your cardstock.
It just gives you that little bit more control, doesn't
absolutely, and it stops you getting sort of blotches and blobs. As well, it just sort of works it onto your finger a little bit more, so you're going to get that smooth lay down of colour.
Wow, that looks amazing, doesn't it?
How
it really
easy to
makes
create.
that pop.
It absolutely does. It looked fabulous. Just embossed, but adding that onto there, how well does the craft and that antique gold work together? It just looks absolutely fabulous. Just to frame that even more, all we're going to do is going to take one of our tape pens. I'm going to add some adhesive onto the back. If you prefer wet glue, perhaps your all-purpose, that works perfectly as well for your matting and layering.
I do think tape pens for craft card, because it's quite fibrous, work so well, don't they?
Yeah, they certainly do. They are fabulous. I mean, I know you guys at home love your tape pens as well, but they are absolutely amazing. They make crafting so easy and so quick. But we've added that onto a little black border. You can see I do quite like my black borders, don't I? But they just make it pop.
Gilding wax is on there, it's on, isn't it? It's not transferring back onto your hands, I noticed.
Yeah, so these gilding waxes were actually designed originally for furniture. So they are really home decor product, but we found they work so well in crafting, so they will give you that fabulous effect and they're not going to rub off, which is brilliant. So we're going to come to our second half of sort of our set. So we've had a little look at our standard embossing folder and the absolutely incredible effects we can get with these. But we've actually got a second half. So really we call them duo folders, and they absolutely are. It's like getting 2 sets in one. So you're not getting 4 sets really, you're getting 8 if you like, which is absolutely incredible value for money. So that was a standard embossing folder, but this is a cut and emboss folder. So you can see we've got a normal embossing area at this top section, and then we've actually got a die. I've not stuck that down or anything like that. That is literally moulded into that plastic. We've got a metal die, which is basically the equivalent of a thin metal die. So that's not only going to emboss, but it's also going to cut. So I've taken a piece of that same craft cardstock, and when we come to use these, it's the same as how we'd use a die. So whatever the side of the cardstock that we want to show will have touching the die, just to give us that nice beveled edge. So with craft card, you do tend to have sort of 2 sides to it. You've got a slightly warmer side and a slightly paler side, if you like. We went with the warmer side for that one. So we're going to have our warmer side touching our die, and that's going to give us our beveled edge onto the right side of our cardstock. Lining that up with our folder, and then just closing our folder like so. Now with these having the die inside, they are a slightly different cutting plate combination. So we're starting off with our clear cutting plate, and then we're going to go on with our metal shim. I was going to say magnetic, but that's definitely metal. And then we're going to pop our embossing folder into the centre, and then our clear cutting plate over the top. And with this being such a small size folder, you can probably get these through your mini actually, your mini and your midi, you'll be absolutely fine. Junior, definitely, you'll be fine with these. But we're going to run that through our die cutting machine, and not only is this going to emboss, but it's also going to have cut. So we're not using the 2 pieces joined together, we're actually using them separately. So think how many options you've got with these. You can be using this literally just on its own as a standard embossing folder. That's going to be absolutely fabulous. You can be using this on its own as well. You can be using them together. You can be using them on the same project but not together, just so many options. When you start thinking about it and you're thinking you're getting those 8 elements for less than £15 in the UK is absolutely incredible value for money. And they're not small embossing folders. That square one is 5 by 5, you know. These can fill your big 8 by 8 cards really easily with just a few mats and layers. It's not just about making tiny little cards with these. They are absolutely incredible. But once you start playing with them, I think you'll be coming up with so many different options, so many different ideas of how you can work them together, how you can mix and match the different sets. So especially the 2 more festive designs are going to mix and match absolutely perfectly. Just the options really are endless.
That has embossed really deep, hasn't it?
It has, hasn't it?
Really
yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. And then notice there's a groove on the deboss side where the die fits into perfectly,
yes.
isn't there?
Yeah,
so you're
absolutely.
So I think it also helps with getting that perfect cut.
Yes.
Because it's got a channel for it to sort of sit into.
Yeah, I have to say I have used certain cut and emboss folders in the past, perhaps of other brands, and the emboss is fine, but the cut is not brilliant. These, they cut, you can see on here, they both cut and emboss perfectly, which is brilliant, because you don't want to have a fabulous emboss, but then you've got to sort of complete the cut by hand. It kind of defeats the object, doesn't it, really?
It really does, yes.
But these both cut and emboss beautifully, which is brilliant. So it just makes our lives so much easier. We don't want to have to be going in and faffing about and adding little cut lines in. It's just, honestly, it just takes away from our proper crafting time.
Takes the stress away, doesn't it?
Absolutely. We don't want to be stressing when we're crafting. We want to just be enjoying ourselves, and these are really going to allow you to do that. It's just easy crafting. But you can be bringing out all your different techniques with your embossing folders. So you could be adding your inks. You can still be doing techniques like letter pressing with these. They are just amazing, but you've just got that added extra element with them being that duo folder with that cut and emboss.
Here. Wow, you've got a lot.
Yes,
they keep appearing.
They're multiplying. So we've cut 4 of these, and we're just adding them onto a thin border of black. And
I like how you've gone with a straight edge underneath the scallop. It almost enhances that even more, doesn't it?
It's weird, isn't it? Because you'd think you need to sort of continue that design, but by having that square at the bottom, it does enhance, and it does sort of bring out that scalloped edge. So
it emphasises it even more, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? It's one of those slightly strange things you wouldn't expect it to, but it absolutely does. So what we've got so far...
I don't know where we're going with this demo.
All will be revealed. So we've got 4 of those. We've got 1 of those. I feel like I'm about to do a magic trick. This is the part where it all becomes clear, okay? I've got 2 pieces of cardstock, which I've cut down to 10.5 inches square. And all I've done is I've taken my Ultimate Pro, I've scored it 2 inches on all 4 sides using my lid section of the Ultimate Pro. And we know that's the lid because it's got an L on it. Exactly the same with the other one, but it's not got an L on it, so that must be my base. And I'm not going to mess this up because I've been known to do that before.
You were organised.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
But my little trick is I always put a mark on the lid and not the base, because I know that I'm going to be covering up that section of the lid, so I don't even need to rub it out.
That's a really good top tip, because otherwise on your base you're going to then want to get rid of that mark, aren't you?
Yeah, so it saves you literally a grand total of about 1 minute, but you know, that's 1 more minute we can spend doing pretty bits to our box rather than rubbing pencil lines out. So I'm just reinforcing those score lines, and I've added some of my tape runner onto those tabs, and we're just building our box base to start with. So quite a nice deep box, 2 inches in depth, so perfect for adding a little gift in there. I'm thinking little chocolates.
I was actually just thinking mini eggs. We're at that time of year.
We certainly are.
You could put a pile of cookies in there.
Oh yes, yeah. I'll tell you what would be fab in this, like some socks or something, with it being a cable knit embossing folder, a little bit of some
I was
little
thinking socks, no, but yes, I get it now.
knitted gloves. You know, if you've got some nice socks, it could be nice. Then we're taking our lid, and I always say when you come to build your boxes, I'd always do my matting and layering first before I actually construct that box. It just makes it so much easier.
We had this conversation yesterday with Craig,
yes,
and he was saying that, and then he forgot to put the sides on, and he was like, this would have been so much easier if I'd have put it on before I constructed it.
That's funny you say that, because I did exactly the same the other week. I'd done all the lid, and the lid was beautiful and perfect. Thought, right, I'm going to build my box. Then I built my box, and I thought, look, I've got all these mats and layers to the side of me. What are they doing there? Oh, it was the sides.
Yeah.
I managed to stick them on, but I tell you, I had a bit of a job on. So try and remember all your mats and layers first. But it's funny I should say that, because certain embellishments, like 3D things, I will sometimes put on after I've built the box. So mats and layers always first, but some certain embellishments, like ribbons and bows and stuff like that, I might put on afterwards.
I think I'm totally with you there.
Good, I'm glad it's not just me.
I think it's things where you're wanting to be using glues that are going to take a little bit longer to dry.
Yes.
Because otherwise you're going to be knocking them off, aren't you, while you're doing the constructing.
Or things that you sort of, I can't think what I was going to say there, I completely lost my train of thought. Things that you want to get, that was it, things that you want to get lined up perfectly, like your mats and layers, that you need to have them lined up with that even border all around the edge. I think definitely stick them down when it's flat.
Sarah Kay is saying how much she loves how you explain everything in your demos, Lily.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
So
I do try, because I think it just helps to know why we're doing things. It just means it makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Rather
it's
than
almost like a running dialogue of why you. It's not you just this is why I'm doing this, and you know just what's going on in my head, isn't it? When you're crafting.
Yeah, because sometimes you can think, right, that looks right or that looks wrong, but it's knowing why.
Yeah.
And if you know why it looks right or why it doesn't look right, it just means that we can sort of repeat it and get it right in future.
Yeah.
So we've added our mats and layers onto there. At this point, I'm actually going to start to build the box. So I'm adding a little bit of our, I say a little bit, a fair bit of our tape runner onto our tabs. And now with this being one of our Crafters Companion tape runners, they are so super strong. We can even use them for construction, which, let's be honest, there's not many tape pens on the market that I would stand here and use for a construction project. I'd usually be saying you've got to use your red liner tape. And quite often I will use my red liner tape for construction. But for speed, absolutely, you can still use your tape runners and they will still give you that strong grab onto here, which is what you want. You don't really want your box falling apart 5 minutes after you've built it, so you need a nice strong adhesive onto those tabs.
That looks really robust with the mats and layers.
It
if
does,
you think about
absolutely.
your GSMs, if you've got like a 300 GSM card and maybe you've then added in like at least another 500, haven't you, with your mats and layers?
Yeah, it just makes it feel really expensive and it really quite hard wearing. So we've got our mats and layers onto there. Let's check that I've put the right markings on my two boxes. So all we're going to do is we're going to line them up. And your base should be about, when you use your Ultimate Pro, it's about 1/8 of an inch smaller than your lid. And that gives you that perfect fit over the top. Then just to finish that off, I've taken a sentiment. Now this is from our Knitwit Kindly Thoughts. If you got your Knitwit new collection the other day, perhaps you saw...
Was that the one with the houses?
It was,
things?
yeah.
Yes,
but this
really lovely.
It's fabulous, isn't it? But we also had on the show the Kindly Thoughts, which was the previous collection, and that's from the Kindly Thoughts sentiment stamps, which I just thought would be perfect for a little box like this, just sending you a little something. So we're going to add that on. I'm not going to second guess myself about the sentiment this time. It's going straight down, no thinking. And then to finish it off and add back in a little bit of that rustic touch, I've added some twine, and this is actually the Sarah Signature Vintage Diary jute twine. You should find that on the website actually. I've tied a double bow. We're going to add that onto there with a little bit of red liner tape just for a quick instant grab. But how easy was it to create a box using our duo embossing folders? So using our regular embossing folder on the top and then that duo cut and emboss folder onto all 4 sides. Sentiment and a little bow, bit of gilding wax, so easy to create, but honestly, playing with these folders is just so much fun. And I think they're one of these, when you get these home and you start playing with them, the ideas are just going to keep flowing and flowing, just fabulous.
That's beautiful, and even if it's only a small gift, that's going to look so much in there. So can we see all 3 of your demos, please,
Absolutely.
Lily? So the first one was with our colouring pads, our colouring...
Card front colouring pads.
That's it, card front colouring pads,
It's quite hard to say, but that was our first one that we did with our classic.
So that's number 1, so we need you to vote on these. And number 2 was with the 3D embossing folders, the framed... embossing folders, absolutely gorgeous, using those beautiful inks. And then the 4th one is using what's on the screen, your embossing folder duo collection. So these are absolutely gorgeous. So 1, 2 or 3, please get your vote in. And well, we know you're going to get demo of the day, Lily.
Well, you'd
we
hope
shall
so.
see which
Otherwise,
one-
something's gone really wrong.
So which one is going to come from this show? So if you are interested in these embossing folders, you're going to get your cable knit. Now remember, these were originally $9.99 each. You're going to get, these are in a different order now, you're going to get your delicate snowflake, and everyone has your 2 embossing folders in there. Then you've got your delicate dots. I like that one. I don't know, something about an embossed dotty background I love. And then you're going to get your elegant decorations. So you're going to get all of those today for $14.99 or $19.99. Now, if you are a Platinum member, that is going to be $11.99. Now, remember, that is basically £2 more than if you were buying just the one set. So I think that is absolutely perfect. So make sure you get those if that's what you want to do. But let's go back to where we started from earlier, is our colouring pads. So our card front collection colouring pads, and you're going to get all 4 sets, and you're going to get those for $31.95 today, or $41.55. And you're going to get, the first one is, let's get this right, butterflies and botanics. So you look at this. How are you going to colour these is entirely up to you. What you're going to colour them with. Are you going to team them with your classiques that we've also got and use those, because the colour range on there. Now don't forget, for each one of these pads, you're going to get 3 sheets at the back with all of your sentiments. And remember, your sentiments will mix and match. And then we're going to get our floral flight. That is beautiful, so tropical. You are going to want to go in with your rich colours, aren't you? And then just to reinforce, you get gold, you get silver, and you get your sort of coppery bronze as well. I don't know, yeah, you can pick it up. If I tip that forward, you can see the different colours there. And then this one, was this the Enchanted Adventure? Absolutely beautiful. Who doesn't like these? And just imagine what you're going to be able to put these on too. Oh, and then you've got your sentiments as well. Remember, you're getting 6 of each of these colouring fronts as well. And finally, you're going to, have I got those right? There we go. Spiritually Wild is our final one with the sentiment. And then, look, can you remember the difference of how that's coloured? Look, we've got our unicorn zebra there, and then Lily coloured it in the regular ones. So it is in the demo of the day. Wow. Is demo number 1, please, Lily.
Demo number 1, our card front colouring pads, just what we've been looking at. So
absolutely perfect. I think yes, it is rather special, is that? So absolutely gorgeous. So thank you to everybody that voted. So, and thank you for all your comments. We've got so much more. And thank you, Lorna Jane, saying she's loving me doing the presenting. I am really enjoying this. She's watching while eating brunch. That sounds a rather nice way. So yeah, so Lily, if you've got a few more examples, you can show us how to use those colouring pad card front collection, please.
Absolutely, we've got some absolutely gorgeous samples here using our card front colouring pads. So cutting away your card blanks and creating almost like that floating effect onto there, bringing in perhaps your masquerade ball pattern papers as well, so mixing and matching everything together, but not a lot of different colours on here, but how fabulous does that still look? So you don't need lots and lots of pens in your collection to get started with
That's
these.
from the Spiritually Wild one.
Absolutely fabulous. And then we've got from our Enchanted Adventure, using all our lovely bright tones onto there, our sentiments as well. Everything works absolutely perfectly together.
That looks like those ferns are really popping out from the front
They
of
do.
there, don't they?
It looks like it's been decoupaged.
Yeah.
It hasn't. I mean, of course you can, because you're getting multiples of these, you can absolutely be culling it several times, snipping into them and layering and decoupaging them up for even more dimension onto there. But the brilliant thing about these as well is that the sentiments are appropriate for all of the different imagery. So within each different collection, you're getting different sentiments that are going to match perfectly with those images. So they are an absolutely fabulous collection, and I hope you can join us at 3 for Craft Along. It's going to be absolutely fabulous, and I can't wait to share my project with you all.
It really is. So just one last time, those are from the colouring pad card front collection. You're going to get 156 sheets in total, 4 pads, 36 sheets in each pad, so you're going to get 6 lots of your each of the designs, so 6 lots of 6 designs, and they're going to come in at £31.95 today. So remember, because it's over that magical £25, you're going to get your bonus 100 points. So next we are going to be back after lunch with our craft along at 3 p.m. till 5, I think that's right. I think
Yes.
sure that's right. So Lily's going to show you some wonderful, wonderful ways to use those colouring pads. So those will be absolutely gorgeous. And Pam is going to be crafting along with us. So don't forget, normal hours today, but starting on Monday, we're going to be starting a little bit later at 11 a.m, which is 6 a.m. on the East Coast and 3 a.m. on the Pacific time. So that is going to be starting from Monday, but all weekend it's just our normal schedule that you are used to. So thank you so much for everything today and for joining and for all your comments. I'm sorry if I didn't get time to read them all out, but we'll be back at 3 o'clock to do it all again, and hopefully you can craft along with us as well. So see you later. Bye.